I roasted Grammarly's ads to identify what they could be doing to 2x their creative velocity. I analyzed 77 of their video ads and 400 of their App Store reviews using our AI agent to understand exactly what opportunities they're sitting on and how they can grow their creative velocity and their revenue from ads. They're doing a lot of things right. Number one, they sell perception. They talk about how users see themselves in the future. They talk about identity transformation, and they depict very relatable professional personas. So they appeal very directly to professional audiences. And they're doing a lot of things right. And this is an audience that is working for them. But what's gotten them here is not what's going to take them to the next level. And they are setting a goldmine of opportunity that they may be missing just now. The primary way they can 2x their creative velocity is by unlocking new formats, audiences, and emotional angles, which they're missing out on right now. And I'm going to get into each of these just now. So, in order to understand this, I looked at 77 of their ads and using our AI agent, Brute Force AI, which reviews every ad frame by frame to understand what's working, what's not working, what's in each frame, what are the different persuasive mechanisms used by each ad. And we compared that with 400 App Store reviews to understand what users actually value and appreciate in the ads, in the product itself. Now, you can see here the disconnect between what the reviews say and what the ads focus on. The ads are primarily focused on a professional audience, and I can understand why, because the professional audiences monetize far better. But I think this leaves a ton of opportunity on the table of targeting very different audiences. And that brings us to our first roast, which is the audience blind spot. As I said, most of the ads feature a professional user and speak to professional audiences. It's a very similar kind of persona that is focused on. Whereas the reviews show that there are very different types of audiences: non-native speakers, creative writers, daily users, students, and these are all users that they can target very effectively and capture very different audiences and micro audiences. Even if each of these monetizes less well compared to the professional audiences, these are incremental audiences that are far less saturated than the professional audiences. This is the biggest opportunity that they're sitting on just now. The roast number 2 is the format trap. You can see here a lot of the UGC ads are basically creators speaking to camera and transitioning to a phone screen. Basically, the creator speaking about their anxieties and then coming up with a positive reaction based on what the product has done for them. The challenge here is that visually these can be very similar. Post Andromeda especially, we want to have more visual diversity. We want to show much more variety. And the way to do that is to break the loop, to have much more creative diversity, the very different aesthetics, very different look and feel, both from the UGC as well as from the video ads. The video ads can have faceless, voiceless aesthetics, which they're not tapping into at all at this point with their focus on UGC. They can have a lot more TikTok native aesthetic, which they're not tapping into with their focus on UGC. With image ads, they can have very different native formats, which you can see here. And I think these are very big opportunities for them to widen their appeal to different types of users through targeting very different formats. The third roast I have for them is that the emotional range is rather limited right now. And this is because the vast majority of the UGC ads focus on professional anxiety and resulting in confidence and relief. And this is a rather limited emotional range, especially when you compare it with the emotions that show up in their reviews. Again, you can see love or attachment, joy, delight, learning and growth. I think that's a big one, especially when it appeals to student audiences. You can see here gratitude, trust, fun. A lot of these emotions can be depicted in a lot of the ads, and I think this is another opportunity that will help them reach newer and different audiences. Again, professional relief is perhaps the number one emotional register, but appealing to these helps them widen the range of audiences and widen the reach of their ads just as well. And here's some examples you can see based on what we've actually seen in the reviews as well. So the core challenge here, as I said, is that they have a very strong playbook, but it can be monochromatic, and it is very heavily focused on one audience with one emotional gear, which works really well, but it can result in a local maxima. And really, the unlock is more creative surface area, more audiences, more emotions, different formats, different use cases that helps them expand the range of audiences that they can reach. And that will help them grow their creative diversity and at least 2x their creative volume with the help of these strategies. So that's what I'm going to leave them with. Number one, there's ad copy in their reviews in exactly what their customers are talking about, and they can tap into those. Number two, break the format loop, expand into different ad formats. Number three, expand into multiple different emotions. And that's what we have for today. And if you want us to do the sort of analysis for any different product, if you want us to do the sort of analysis for any product, let me know, hit me up, and I would love to roast or analyze your brand or any brand that you may have in mind. Thank you so much.